Hello, everyone, and welcome to Craft and Chat with Miss Craft Princess. I am your hostess, Miss Craft Princess, and I want to thank you for joining me. I own MsCraftPrincess Designs. I'm a handcrafted stationery and custom gift designer. I specialize in greeting cards for all occasions, stationery items, and I make a lot of gift items. You can check out my website at MsCraftPrincessDesigns.com or scan that QR code that is on your screen. If you're not following me, I appreciate if you give me a follow on my Facebook page, Instagram, or TikTok. You can find me at Miss Craft Princess. I am streaming live on my Miss Craft Princess page as well as my personal page tonight. I am also streaming live on the Creative Spirit channel, .lightcast.com, as well as their YouTube channel. So you can catch me in so many places. I'm going to try to get this mic back on. There we go. So I hope everybody is doing well on this very chilly Sunday. I'm sure it's cold wherever you are. Hello, Devonna. Thanks so much. Retta from Sub-Zero Weather, Illinois. And Arizona's in the house with Karen. Thank you. I see a lot of I see my numbers fluctuate. If you come in, say hi if you feel like it. If you don't want to, that is fine. It's a little chilly here. And it's just going to be downright disrespectfully cold tomorrow. So, but you know, we're blessed to have a warm house and warm clothes. And so we're going to stay in and try to stay warm. I'm going to remove my face and show you what is in the goodie box. I'm going to bring up the camera. And I named this one Using My Stash to Make a Heartfelt Card, which is really what I try to do every week. I should have named this one, I Really Hope This Works, because I played with it a little bit over the weekend, yesterday, and anyway, but we're going to go for it, okay? So y'all know that I've been using my stash all last year. I used my stash. I didn't buy anything new except for consumables, and I'm still doing that. So in the goodie box, we have some wet glue. This is a very old Stampin' Up. It's called Florentine Filigree, and I've used it before. I love that image I've used on a birthday card. But I'm wanting to use these two images tonight. I really love it. And it has a coordinating die. And this is the die. And it's just something about it. It just has this Moroccan feel. And hi, Melissa. You stay warm and safe as well. And anyway, I just love it. So using that, these are the two images that I pointed out. I've already mounted them. This, okay, y'all know this is old. This is a very old wood block stamps from Stampin' Up. And I am going to be, it's a sympathy, so I'm going to be making a sympathy card tonight. And I'm going to be using this particular sentiment that says, what the heart has once owned and had, it shall never lose. I love that. By Henry Ward Beecher. And we are making cards for the February subscription box that goes out February 15th, if that's a weekday, if not before. I already die cut to save time. I already die cut using that die, gray, 3 gray. I have a card front and a card base. My favorite black ink, VersaFine Onyx black ink. And then I'm using 2 old Catherine Pooler ink pads that I have. And these are these little tape pieces are mint tape, just low tack tape. And I'm going with Rocking Red and Fiesta Blue. And you probably say, for a sympathy card? That sounds weird, but stay with me, okay? And then a pair of scissors, but not the ones that almost took my finger off. and then scratch paper because I always have scratch paper in my box. So let's get started. Now this one, I have the idea in my head, but I haven't actually successfully made it because I don't know. I just couldn't seem to get it together. So we are going to take one of the dies and we're going to use it as a stencil. Let me make sure I have that straight. Okay, before I do that, let me stamp this message. Just going to tap, tap, tap. So I hope everybody is staying warm. This weather is like dangerously cold. You know, it really is. And some places can. Now, we're not getting snow, thankfully. Some people are bummed out about that, but I'm not. Okay, so see, what the heart has once owned and had, it shall never lose. I just think that is just a beautiful sentiment. So I wanted to use that. And now what I'm going to do is take this and I'm going to cut it because I decided I didn't want to use all of that. Hi, Shirley from very frigid Chicago. I don't even want to know what your temperature is. I know it's ridiculously cold. So what I'm going to do is go in and I am going to start clipping this. And I have extras if I mess it up. But I know about where I want to clip it because I can see the sentiment. I want to be able to see the sentiment all the way through. So this is like just a different way to use your dies. Just because you cut a whole die doesn't mean you have to use the whole die. You can do a little die surgery is what I'm calling it. There we go. There we go. And now I'm going to use this low tack tape and tape this down so that it doesn't go anywhere. Because remember, I'm using this gray as a stencil. And so I don't need it to shift anywhere. And then I'll just tape this down just because I have the tape. And I actually had more pieces than I needed, so I'll just kind of put that there. Okay. So I had this great idea in mind. And let's see what happens. So we're going to start with, I think I'm going to start with blue. I just want to start with the blue tonight, the Fiesta blue. And we're going to ink that up. Get my little towel. So I'm getting a little extra ink on there. And we don't want that to transfer to the paper at all. Okay. Oh, I guess I didn't get that quite right. Shifted a little bit. Okay, here we go. Fear not, if I screw the first one up, I have more paper. But we are going to stamp down in there. And I'm just going to mash because I'm not using my stamp positioner. So we're just going to mash. And pray and lift it up. And that's perfect. Ah! Let's see. So there we're going to ink it back up. Get rid of that extra ink. This is a really juicy ink pad. You know, that's why I really like her ink pads. I bought that first set of 5 colors and I never bought any more. So that one was blue. So I'm going to skip that one. So I'm going to make this one blue. Let's see if I can get in there. I'm committed. So we're just going to mash down. Make sure we get a good, really good stamp image. And then we're going to lift it up. Yes. Yes, yes. So I'm going to clean off my stamp. Let's see. I'm going to clean off my stamp. It's already wet. It's a chamois. And I'm just going to wipe it off camera. And then we're going to change color from that blue. Okay. Got that blue off. Let me change my color. And this time, I am going to go with black. So I'm going to close the Fiesta Blue. So even though it says Fiesta Blue, it's still, it's not too out there for a sympathy card. And then I'm going to take black and I'm going to tap. Just tap, tap, tap. Got a little excess here on the corner. I'm going to wipe it off because I don't want to transfer that. And we're going to get this row right here. I decided I wanted to alternate. So I got that lined up, and then we're going to mash it down. Just mash it down. Make sure we get a good image. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm not one that typically will do a die cut and then like cut it up like I did. But that's just a different way to give a different look on your card using the same. Yes. All right. And now I just have one to do. That one right there. So I'll just stamp this. I'll just ink up this last one here. Really good. Get that excess off there. Line this one up. And mash it down, making sure that we get a good image. And then we lift off. Whew! All right. See how that's taking shape? I'm loving that. Put that stamp over to the side. And now, the reason that I have the rocking red is I thought, well, that's okay like it is. But I have these little, let me bring the stamp cover. I have these little crosses here. And I wanted to incorporate them in the card. And I just thought a little pop of red wouldn't hurt anything. So the crosses are going to be red. And that's where the red's coming in. And it's going to be okay. Trust me, I think. Yeah. And so I mounted it on a block that was too small so that I would only ink up the red. Shirley said she'll have to try this technique. Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, first I was like, oh no, I'm cutting my die cut. And then I thought, it's okay. Like, there's no die cut police. So I'm going to get that extra red off of there. Okay. And make sure I'm just wiping the excess off. And here we go. Here we go. Okay. So I'm going to line it up. And then I'm going to mash those 3 down. Just giving enough pressure to make sure that I get a good, just a good stamped image. And we're going to lift. Woo! All right. So far, so good, people. Here we go. We're just going to ink those 3 up. And then we wipe the little excess. Just wiping off the little excess because I only want ink where I want ink. And so now I'm going to line those up. And they look lined up, and I'm going to go for it. Just mashing it down a little. Again, to make sure I got a good image, good stamped image, because I'm not using my stamp positioner for this. So if it didn't stamp well, I could get a pen and try to go over it, but I'd rather not. Lift off. And see how that red is just giving it just a little pop, but not too much for a sympathy card, right? I don't think it is. Got a little, okay. So we're going to ink 3 up again. And get the excess. Just right in between those crosses, I'm getting that excess. And the reason I'm doing that is even though this gray is my stencil, you're going to see what I'm going to do with it if I don't mess it up. So let's line that up again. Looks lined up and commit. It's something about sympathy cards. You know, I'm looking for ways to make them just beautiful. I mean, all of my cards I want to be beautiful, right? And they are, but it's something about a sympathy card because, you know, people are going through a difficult time and you just want to give them, for me, I just want to give them something they're going to hold on to and remember, you know? So, though to tell you the truth, if you're like me, I keep every card I get. I have years and years of Christmas cards. I still have my graduation cards from when I graduated from college and, you know, birthday cards. And when my mom passed away a few years ago, I still have those sympathy cards. And so I keep, because cards are my jam, right? So those last 3. Hi, Nita. You keep cards also? Yes. And so I have a project. I haven't made it yet that was inspired by my friend Sandy. And it's a card keeper. And I've got to play with it. And then I will bring it here and we will make it. We will make it together. And she made it to keep her Christmas cards. But, you know, it could be for any cards. It's just the paper that you use. Or just a keeper that you keep everything. Giving a heart is card is like giving a hug. That's right, Melissa. It sure is. It sure is. So look at that. I did it. Yay. And what I'll probably go back and do is put little, let me show you. Right here in the center of these crosses is a little diamond. And what I might do is go in there and put not rhinestones, but I have some stone drops, and I would put those in there. I wanted a card that's generic enough to be to give to a man or a woman, and I think that this is. I don't think introducing the red makes it girly, too girly. But y'all let me know what you think. So because I did not mess this up, this is going to be what I use on the card. So I refilled my glue ball last night and turned it upside down so that the glue had plenty of time to do what it needs to do. Now, somebody's going to watch this video and they're going to say, you could have used double-sided tape, like a not magnetic, adhesive sheet, and then you would not have had the glue. And that's right. They would be absolutely right. But I just tell people, you do it your way, and I'll do it my way. And this is what I wanted to do. Hi, Laura. Miss Laura, thank you so much for joining. Oh, I love all of y'all, and I appreciate all y'all. But Laura and I go back a long way from my old state of Alabama days. And it just warms my heart to see you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And she is one of my sweet friends that we exchange Christmas cards every year. And I keep, like I said earlier, all of my cards. So y'all just warm my heart that you will spend a little time on your Sunday to hang out with me. This is Craft and Chat, and this is what we do. I'm crafting, you're chatting with me in the chat. That sure does make it easier for me. It makes time go by faster. And we're resetting our minds for the week ahead. Whether you have to get up and go to a job or you're retired and you can just chill, you still need a reset, right? Because everybody's got stuff going on in their lives. And so let's see if we can get that down there. Get that lined up right. And so that's what Craft and Chat is about. I would come in here on Sundays because I needed a reset. Just to get ready for, you look at your to-do list and you go, oh, I got a lot to do. And I needed a reset. Here we go. I can probably cut that too. Let me just cut that one. And then I decided, let me invite them into my space. And I'd been wanting to go live and was scared to death to do that, like so many other people are. It's just really intimidating to just kind of get on, and especially when nobody's watching, but you got to keep going. But, I just keep going. I pretend that there are 500 people watching, and I do my thing, because it's going to sit out here in the replay world. So, and on the Creative Spirit channel for their YouTube channel, my videos have been getting a lot of plays. If you're watching, thank you. Thank you to everybody, not only those who are joining me live, but everybody who watches in the replay. And please be sure to give me a thumbs up or a heart and tell people about me, because that is what helps. Oh, love those nails. Girl, let me tell you, I went to get my nails done the other day because I have a sweet friend who said, Brenda, if you're going to be crafting, you need to get your nails done. So I said, okay. And I said I was just going to get a regular manicure, and then I saw this thing called cat eye. And I think I've done cat eye before, but I'm going to tell you, I think she did a bit too much on the cat eye. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put those stone drops in there. Let me get them right quick. Nothing in my craft studio is too far away, so I can just go get those. And I think I'm going to go with gray since we're using the gray background paper. So these will dry. What I love about this is, first of all, I don't do a lot of bling, but what I love about this is it dries hard. It's like stone. They're stone drops. I've had them forever, and I'm going to go with the gray since I have the gray paper. I think that that'll pick it up, and it will be so pretty. It just gives an extra dimension, and you can give stone drops to guys where I probably wouldn't put bling on guys. I want to let y'all know that I am going to be releasing my Galentine's bags next week. And so be on the lookout for that. And they're really cute, and every year they do well. And so people have been asking, and so they are coming back. So, I call them Galentine's Valentine's bags, but they're cute little clear reusable bags. So for us ladies, when we go to venues and you need a clear bag, there's a clear bag policy. You can always use this bag, and it'll have some little goodies in it. I am actually doing the cups, the coffee mugs, or if you don't drink coffee, you can drink tea. You drink wine out of it. I don't care. This is a no judgment zone. And then we're going to have some other little goodies. And so I will be posting about that. So if you're not following me, and I mostly post that on my business page. So if you're not following me, be sure that you follow me on my Facebook page at MsCraftPrincess and set your notifications. And then I'll add those. When I get those added to the website, I will post and let people know about it. So great idea to use the die cut background as a template. Everything lined up perfectly. Yes, Karen. And I'm going to tell you, just something simple like cutting this piece away is something that I have never done before. Normally I would leave that thing whole, and I would stamp, and then I would put like maybe a die on top, another die on top, a floral or something. But I said this time I wanted to do something different, and just cutting that away to me just made all the difference. It didn't hurt the die at all. And that, friends, is our card for tonight. And it says, what the heart has once owned and had, it shall never lose. And then inside I'll put a beautiful sympathy sentiment in it. This is the sympathy card that is going in the February 2026 subscription box. So you can find out all about that on my website, and you can get to it by either scanning that QR code that is on the screen, or you can visit MsCraftPrincessDesigns.com, and that's where you will find information about my subscription box. So I thank y'all so much. Let me bring myself. Yes, it does give it a different look. So let me bring my face up. Let me pull this down a little bit. I have to pull it up so I can see. But that is our card for the night. Thank y'all so very much for joining me. I appreciate it. I'll be back here next Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time for Craft and Chat with Miss Craft Princess. Until then, have a blessed week. Stay warm, stay safe, and remember, giving a handcrafted greeting card is like giving a hug. Bye.